Hey y'all, welcome back to DiamondTrail Ranch. Today's video is all about November goat care. What we do each fall to keep our herd happy, healthy, and strong as the weather cools. Folks, we have a real cold front moving in today as we speak. I'm actually going to move over to some of our goats. Bucky's doing all right over there. Let's check in on him real quick. Guys, whether you got Nigerian dwarves like ours, larger breeds, Alpines, fall's the perfect time to reset feed routines, check their hooves, prep their shelters before actual winter sets in. Because what is it? It's like November 10th today, and we're getting our first cool weather today. I think the high today is going to be 61 in zone 10A here. So here in Florida, our grass starts to slow down, as you can see, in November. So we adjust their feed accordingly. Our goats get a mix of alfalfa cubes, a bit of grain, and free choice hay to keep their rumens active all day. We're actually going to be topping off these cages we got here with hay as well this afternoon. So we also offer loose minerals year-round, not blocks, because goats need constant access to copper, selenium, especially in sandy soils like this right here. We are very sandy in 10A in Florida here. So if your goats are shedding or they have rough coats, that's usually a sign that they're low on copper. You're probably wondering over here why I have my sprinklers on. I'm trying to give everything a nice deep soak before this cold weather hits, because it will help keep the root system nice and moist when that water up top. So you can do the same thing with your regular waters for your goats and stuff. Let the sun hit it during the day. It'll keep it warm overnight. You can give but back to the copper. Here's a lot of our goats. Just kind of pacing around looking for them here. There's Hershey, he's out with them today. You can give a mineral supplement or a dose of copper bolus under a vet's guidance, of course, to boost their health before winter. Water again and hydration, even though it is cooler, goats still need lots of clean, fresh water, guys. Cold water can slow down how much they drink, so we like to rinse and refill buckets daily with slightly warm water on cooler mornings. Hydration helps keep their digestion smooth and reduces the risk of urinary issues in weathers. We actually only have one weather right now, Mr. Moo right there, the one that looks like a cow. Fall is also a big time for parasite control. After that warm, wet summer, worm loads can spike. So, I don't know if you guys have seen our other goat videos, but we check their eyelids with something called the FAMACHA, F-A-M-A-C-H-A chart. It's a FAMACHA chart, and that's why you check their eyelids. And you want to keep the pastures rotated, okay? Maybe shut off a section of it if you can. Close them in one area, rotate them out. We use natural supports. You can use garlic powder, pumpkin seeds, herbal blends. But if you ever see signs of anemia or bottle jaw, we'll treat it with a dewormer based on a fecal test. The key is going to be prevention on your goats. Healthy goats, good nutrition, and dry pastures go a long way. Clean water, I got to add that in there too. November is also a great time for hoof trimming, especially around here, because you're going to have less rain. Those hooves are going to grow harder, more firm, but you still want to check your goats every 4 to 6 weeks, okay? You want to look for cracks in their hooves, mud buildup, or rot, and trim just enough to keep the foot flat and even. A little care now saves a lot of limping later on. While you've got them up, it's also a good time to check udders, eyes, and their coat conditions. Our goats don't need heat lamps here, but they do need dry bedding and a wind block for cooler nights. We add extra straw, pine shavings, things like that. In November, they're going to get a lot of hay today, like I said. And check that no drafts blow straight into their sleeping area. Here in Florida, rain can be the biggest problem, not the cold. So you want to really emphasize that dry bedding. Okay, it helps with their respiratory illnesses, their hooves. If you are breeding, November can still be part of the rut for bucks. Actually, Bucky over there, I showed you him first. He's actually still kind of dealing with that right now. Hershey over here, he's the third one in. He's doing all right. He does, and you can see his coat too, by the way. I know, Rain, I hear you. You mean so the rut, right? That means your boys will be extra smelly and a little wild. Bucky back there in the pen was an example of that. You want to keep them separated from the does unless you're planning for spring kids. We actually have some pregos right now. We usually do sometimes spring, sometimes winter. If you're not breeding, watch for fence pressure. Bucks will test every post this time of year, and their housing as well. They'll really test the structure in general of whatever they're in. So by November, most goats start growing in their winter coats. Even here in Florida, I actually just showed you Bucky. We have Calypso and Hera. Here's Calypso there, Hera over here. You can see their coats are coming in nice. You don't need to blanket them unless you have a very young, sick, or shaved goat. Just make sure they're out of the wind and the rain, and nature takes care of the rest. Honestly, I mean, it does. They're outdoor animals, you know what I mean? So we like to brush our goats, once a week to remove loose fur, check for lice, check for that dry skin. That's really it. The biggest thing I would say is that dry bedding, topped off clean water, As far as what we do here in DiamondTrail Ranch in 10A though, I mean, we don't get a whole lot of freezing days. So fall is the time for some small adjustments, cleaner shelters, stronger nutrition, again with that copper, right, and selenium. Watch early signs for parasites and hooves with that drier weather. Make sure they're not having any hoof issues. So really, if I'm missing anything, let me know. But really, that's it for 10A out here, guys. If this helps you out, hit that like button, subscribe. It's free information, doesn't hurt. Join us for more homestead care guides. We post new long form videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we get daily shorts from around the farm. I want to thank you for watching. Again, give your goats a little extra scratch for us here at DiamondTrail Ranch today. Say hi, Bucky, as you do exactly what I was just talking about in my video, testing that structure.